In today's video, we're going to break down the longest, most debated question of all time: what brokerage should I join, and truthfully, what company is going to make me the most money? By the end of this video, you're going to find out everything you're going to need to know. So behind me is a breakdown of the fastest, biggest companies out there in the real estate world. And I wanted to make sure you guys saw a not biased 30,000 foot overview from somebody who personally has been with actually REMAX, then Keller Williams, and now I currently stay at eXp Realty. But I wanted to give you all the facts, everything out in the open, a real raw video. So first and foremost, everyone always talks about the money. What is the splits? So I did my best to do as much research as possible to make sure you could really get the best answer in regards to what splits am I going to be getting into at all these companies. First and foremost, company at eXp, it's pretty straightforward, 80-20. Everybody has the same exact split. Everyone has the exact same cap. Keller Williams, it actually has to do with more of your location. And you'll see that it ranges between 70-30. I was as high as 80-20 when I was at the company. And then you also have a cap depending on your location. When it comes to REMAX, typically you're in the realm of 95-5 depending on basically your production previously at other companies. I actually started REMAX at 70-30 because this was one of the first companies I ever joined, didn't really have a lot of experience beforehand. I did the math for basically all the companies behind me, and I wanted to say, really, at the end of the day, what company really makes me the most money? If you're doing 5 to 20 million, which I know a lot of the people who follow me are typically doing, it's actually shocking how similar the breakdown is when it comes to gross commission income. You do between 5 million or $100,000, let's just call it a 2% commission, and 20 million, $400,000 a year. It's about a $20,000 difference between the companies at the absolute most. If you're a producer who does somewhere in the range of 40 to 80,000 in gross commissions, or somewhere between 2 million, 4 million, or really below $5 million a year, it's about a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 difference at the end of the day, depending on your splits here, which is significant, again, if you're making less than $100,000. When you're between 5 and 20 million, it's actually kind of shocking, but again, they all make around the same amount of money. What a lot of this video that I actually really want to explain is that the technology is actually incredible, how all of these companies have progressed. Because again, years ago when I was at REMAX, didn't really have a ton of technology. I was at Keller Williams for quite a few more years, and they started building out things like Command, which is out now. And eXp Realty's got things like Verbella, which incorporates their eXp world. But at the end of the day, I realized that the technology across all the companies behind me are really pretty similar. They're pretty much keeping up with the 2020, 2021 world that we're in now. At the end of the day, I really want you to understand that it really doesn't enhance your ability to sell more real estate, because it's really on you, your network, your connections, your sales ability. You and the phone calls you're making on a daily basis are really what's actually going to help you sell more property. It's not the technology. Now, don't get me wrong, the branding across the board is all pretty similar. You have sleek branding now, Compass. eXp, I know, is getting into a lot of the virtual world and trying to keep everything super high tech with that. Keller Williams starting to really get away from pretty much the brick and mortar, because I have a lot of friends. I was there for a little while. And I know REMAX, were, another household name that everyone really knows. They're starting to see it too, because listen, at the end of the day, a lot of us are not even going in the office anymore. All the companies behind me you'll see, unless really you have a team, you're really working from home. It's kind of crazy. I want you to know that at any company you're going to, across the board, a lot of the things are basically the same. Across the board, they're pretty much all identical when it comes down to the money. This is the thing that I want to break down that no one else is talking about, though. Most companies out there that you make money is selling homes. And if you don't sell any property, you don't make any money. It's a 1099 business. We eat what we kill. What I want to show you is, outside of the everyday minutia of selling homes, what companies are really going to try to help you get out of the business, aka retire, if they make money only when you sell homes? And the answer is not a lot. Keller Williams came out with profit share. It was the first of its kind. That's why Keller Williams blew up. They had this incredible opportunity where you can make residual income without selling property. Now you can make money on people below you. They also started skewing into things like teams. Keller Williams is actually one of the first companies ever to start teams. But that idea really sparked from some early Keller agents. And then they got into things called expansion teams. And again, I was a part of one for quite a few years, changed my life. There's a lot of opportunity there. But at the end of the day, really, again, you have to sell homes to make money, except for companies like eXp and Keller Williams. At companies like REMAX, there's no downline, there's no residual. Compass, they started building out this awesome way of also making money as well. Pretty similar to the profit share, not as much money as eXp's revenue share though. I started realizing a few years ago, as I started growing my business from 5 million to 10 million to 20 million to 30 million and so on, and then I started looking at companies like eXp and the revenue share model, and I was shocked, absolutely shocked, at how much money it was. Long story short, a lot of us here have realized that the only way to make money in this business is to sell property. What I wanted to start looking at is, I'm 26 now. How does somebody in my shoes, or really anybody listening today, how do you retire faster? Work 40 years, you get a pension, or you get a 401k, and you can retire at 65. I think that's a ridiculous model to rely on, but again, it's on me, especially because I'm a business owner. Any person who's a real estate agent, you are a business owner, so our retirement is on us. It's on us to make the right investments. It's on us to get a part of an organization that can take care of us and hopefully get us out of the business. Because listen, I definitely don't want to be selling homes to the day I die. But if I don't set myself up right with the right investments or with some other income opportunities, which we'll talk about in a second, it's very, very hard to stop selling real estate because I make the most money selling homes. If I just keep doing what I do best, I will attract the right people, which allows me to take advantage of other income streams. Because again, I needed to break down the numbers and I need to make sure it felt like the right thing for me. I love being at Keller Williams for as long as I was. I'm a culture guy. I love high energy. I love training. I think it's super important. I loved my time at REMAX. I just knew that there was a progression to it. So when I really broke down the numbers, nothing could even compete with the income opportunities that EXP had, which is why I ended up making the switch. And it's even funny because I make a joke with all my friends. If I would have left 12 months sooner, I missed out on hundreds of thousands of dollars. That was just from the stock. Nonetheless, everything else. So with EXP, outside of the selling homes model, you have the revenue share, the stock options, which are absolutely crazy. You earn money from anybody who joins the company. You can be awarded stock from basically on their first deal. I just hit something called icon status a little while ago. More importantly, they sent me a check for $8,000. It pays half my cap, plus all the extra awarded stock that I was basically given. The last part of it is really the training. Across the board, a lot of us want training, especially if you're a new agent. A big piece of training is who you align with. You can partner with a team at any one of these companies, right? I always think that's really, really important, and typically when I'm coaching people, I think it's important to join a team right off the bat because listen, I'd rather learn from the best, learn from people who are doing really, really well, and listen, I'm definitely a supporter of teams. I have one myself. I might be a little bit biased in that sense, but I think it's important for anybody in any business. Go work for somebody who's absolutely killing it. I would say 20 million plus a year because you don't want to learn from somebody who's doing 5 million. You're not going to really learn a lot. But if they're doing 20 million plus a year, they clearly know what they're doing. So I would go learn from them. And again, this is for any entrepreneur. Go learn from somebody who's built the kind of company you want. You're going to learn a lot faster, learn on somebody else's dollar, and just understand the first 24 months really at any kind of business you're starting is not about making a ton of money, but it's learning a lot. I joined Keller Williams originally because I was a part of a team, right? I left REMAX because the training there was an office manager. I moved over to Keller Williams where I was on a team and they trained me up and they coached me at a really, really high level. It was awesome, incredible learning experience. And then I went to a company like EXP Realty because now I'm also on the other side of the coin, but the training here was absolutely insane. They have 40, 50 hours every single week of training. But the reason also why I liked it because no matter what level you're at, whether you're a brand new agent where you can take advantage of all the Zoom trainings, which is awesome. Somebody like me, I can learn from people in my upline. People in my upline doing $100 million, $200 million, $300+ million a year in business. I have free access to them anytime I want. I have their cell phone numbers. So if I have questions about how to scale my team up or how do I do more business, they're a phone call away. And by the way, what's crazy is I never had that access at any other company that I was at. I just had to rely on, again, my office manager or my team leader. So again, now that I want to build my own business, for a lot of you listening here today, if you want to scale your own team, the last option is you can align with mentors. You can align with an organization, a group, a person like myself, and you can scale up your business, you can scale up your team so much faster because you're aligning with people who have done it before, and you don't even have to pay any commission, right? Because all the cost is really paid out of the cap. So when I broke down these numbers and I looked at every company objectively, I'm a numbers guy, and I think that if you're in business, you can't look at joining an organization, joining a company strictly because your friends or your family is at a company. Because to be honest with you, I don't know about you, but my friends don't pay my bills. Neither does my family. So I need to figure out the best solution for me, the best brokerage for me. And when I broke down the numbers and I made a business decision, a strict numbers, opportunity-driven decision of what company would not only allow me to make the most money from my splits and fees and everything else at the end of the day, but also, most importantly, this is a question you have to ask yourself, is my brokerage trying to help me not only build a business, but help me get out of the business eventually? Imagine if you can make that same exact income residually without worrying about crazy investments and all the other crazy things where you have to spend time, energy, effort building up this incredible knowledge basis of how to do it. Because you can't really lose money on residual income when it comes to building your downline. So take a quick second after watching this video, take a piece of paper and really say from an objective 30,000 foot view, what brokerage is not only going to help me make the most money, right? Who can I partner with, to align with, who's going to help me scale things up and eventually help me retire sooner? And if you really break these things down and you look at it from a 30,000 foot view, I dare you to argue that eXp Realty is anything but the best. When I saw that, I literally looked at my paper and I said, I'm crazy for not joining this company. I made the jump, and it was truthfully the best decision I ever made. And no matter what production level you're at, I dare you to try to argue the point of where you can make the most money. Even above and beyond all the technology, all the training, all the splits and everything else, I wanted to align with a company and an organization and a group of people who could mentor me and build me up to helping me build the right business and help me retire faster. If you have any comments or anything like that, comment down below. Love to see your information, and we'll check in with you soon. Excited to see you in the next video. Take care.